Thank you, Kimberly. My piece is called, Is There Really a Hawaiian Word for Christmas? I told Kimberly my title would be Deconstructing Mele Kalikimaka, because I thought if I didn't have an intellectual sounding title, no one would pay any attention. Kimberly said, don't worry, they'll all be drunk or stoned, or busy hitting on each other and won't pay attention anyway.
That's what that back booth is for.
I said, I get it, it's like when I was teaching night school. Barack Obama and I were born in the same exotic, faraway foreign land. Kenya. No. Obama and I shared many Christmas traditions. For example, enduring endless repetitions of Bing Crosby's Mele Kalikimaka on the radio, in the stores. White Christmas was bad enough. That was a mainland thing. We never had White Christmas, but we did have Hawaiian words. And we knew which were traditional words and which were transliterations, and a song built on a not really Hawaiian phrase for Christmas, sung by a mainland guy with full orchestra, and the Andrews sisters, was an insult. Transliteration, deconstruction. Actually, I'm going to do a contextualization, which is more accessible. I know agile minds out there are already all over Mele Kalikimaka's historical specificity, hermeneutically of course, and while considering bilateral symmetry and propositional ramification, they are hoping, indeed praying, that I do not inappropriately conjugate anything or descend into misplaced concreteness, meaning if I do a Bing Crosby imitation, I'll be in deep shit. But I will recite the words. Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright, the sun to shine by day, and all the stars at night. Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas to you. Had enough? So, is Mele Kalikimaka really the Hawaiian way to say Merry Christmas? Depends on what you mean by Hawaiian. If ancient Hawaiian, no, they didn't have Christmas. First they heard about it was from the gangs of Pacific rogues who fell upon Hawaii in the early 19th century. Missionaries who taught them to worship Christ, sea captains, whalers, teachers who taught them what to do on Christmas. It could have gone like this. The missionary says, yes, on Christmas we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ, with prayers and a church service. Uh-huh, the Hawaiians say. The whaler says, what we do is cut down a big tree, bring it inside the house, put candles on it, say Merry Christmas, light them, get drunk, eat, keep drinking, eating, and saying Merry Christmas until we pass out. Sounds like a plan, the Hawaiians say. But the saying Merry Christmas part, we don't use C or R or S, and our T sounds like K, so Mele, that's easy. How about Kalikimaka? Close enough, the whalers say. When you're drunk, it won't matter. So Mele Kalikimaka, Merry Christmas, Hawaiian or not Hawaiian? Let me go to my Pukui Albert Hawaiian English Dictionary. Mele, here it is, meaning song or chant. Kalikimaka, here it is, Christmas. All right, it means Christmas song or chant. Christmas song or chant is Hawaii's way to say, no, it doesn't work. Now in English we can unpack Christmas into Christ and Mass. So let's take Kalikimaka apart too. Kaliki, corset. Maka, beloved one. Here we go. Chant for a beloved corset is Hawaiian. I don't think so. Hawaiian Christmas, as we have learned, is green and bright. Unlike, for example, Christmas in Biloxi, Mississippi. But let's paddle on past that. To properly celebrate Christmas, you need a tree. 18th century Hawaii, the most remote islands on Earth, had no pines. But Norfolk Island, a British penal colony down towards Australia, did. The British brought them to Hawaii, where they flourished. That's the pines, not the convicts. Each year, our family had to make a decision. Should we get a local Christmas tree? That would be a penal tree. Or should we get a mainland tree? That would be a Douglas fir. But everybody called them mainland Christmas trees. They were superior to penal trees because, well, they were from the mainland. I went to college on the mainland. Freshman year, introduction to botany. The professor was showing slides of evergreens. He put up a Douglas fir. Who knows this one? It's a mainland Christmas tree? Oh, the mainland. The distant paradise across the Pacific where everything was better. They had TV, we didn't. They had FM radio, we had AM. They had places for kids to get into trouble, so did we. Weekend nights at the shore were like anywhere. Parked cars, kids smoking, drinking, making out, listening to the radio. But we'd be trying to pull in mainland stations. 2,500, 3,000, the farther, the better. KGO was good. KSL Salt Lake was better. And one night a kid with a hopped up car radio started yelling that he had WLS Chicago. We got out of our cars and clustered around listening. Our little station played the same songs, but they sounded better coming from the mainland. At Christmas time, a little static and some fade improved even Mele Kalikimaka. I was making out with Leilani one night with San Francisco pounding in. Get Salt Lake, she said, and I'll take off my bra. But that was teen life. Small kid time was harder. One Christmas we were decorating our penal tree with the radio on, and Bing was singing away. For the first time I paid attention to the bit about the sun and the stars. It was frightening. Where had I gone wrong? Was the mainland a stranger place than I had thought? Mom, I said, Mom, you know the song? Is here the only place where the sun shines by day and all the stars by night? One Christmas I asked the minister down at the First Form Church if Kalikimaka really meant Christmas. He looked at me. That's the Hawaiian word for Christmas, son. I said, but the Hawaiian word for Christ is Christo, and since you told us we should put Christ back in Christmas, shouldn't it be Christomaka? He looked at me. I said, because then Mele Karistomaka would mean chant about beloved Christ. He kept looking at me. Beloved Christ, right? I said. Finally, he said, son, we're Protestants. We don't chant.